Comic Army, I'm currently approaching 550 subscribers. When I hit that 550 mark, I'm going to be announcing some of the prizes I'm going to be giving away for that fantastic 600 subscriber contest. Make sure that you're subscribed. Comic Army, my name is Chris the Comic Vet. Hope this video finds you safe and well. Last year, I did a top 10 cover list for the year 2020. This year, I'm going to do the same thing. Comic books that I picked up in the year 2021, I've narrowed it down to my favorite top 10 covers for books that were released this particular year. Now, what I decided to do is, if I've made a mistake, I hope that you forgive me, but I'm not going to have any homages in this particular set of books. So with that being said, let's just get right into my top 10 favorite covers. Now, this isn't going to be like a list 1 through 10. This is just my absolute favorite 10 books that I picked up this year. And I'll tell you a little bit why. I'll tell you a little bit of a reason why. We're going to start with The Thing, issue number 1. This particular cover was done by Bermejo, one of my absolute favorites, and this is a variant cover. I believe it's a variant cover B. But this was released earlier, just a few months ago, maybe in November. But this particular fantastic cover of The Thing features Ben Grimm, where Bermejo has kind of set it up where we're looking up at The Thing, and The Thing is actually standing in fire, holding a mask of Nemesis Dr. Doom. Love this cover. Up next is a 1 in 25 incentive. If you remember earlier this year, Riccardo Federici was doing a bunch of 1 in 25 incentives for different Batman titles, and I believe he actually did some for some different DC titles as well. But this particular one just kind of caught me. I'm a big fan of just pencil sketching, and that's the reason why this particular one from Batman 108 is on my list. Again, this is the Riccardo Federici 1 in 25 incentive variant for Batman 108 featuring Miracle Molly. So yeah, this book came out, I believe, about 5 or 6 months ago, maybe late summer, and I was happy to get it at my LCS, and I'm telling you, for me, like I said, I love pencil work, but it's her eyes. If you look at those eyes, that is just pure Federici. And if you're a fan of Federici, you know what I'm talking about. Just how stunning is that simple pencil work. I almost feel like I've done it some injustice by saying simple pencil work. But Federici is a master, and this cover shows his talent. Now, if you know me, I'm a Spider-Man fan, and you know that I probably couldn't do a top 10 list without some sort of Peter Parker cover showing up. So this particular cover is The Amazing Spider-Man issue 75. This is Patrick Gleason doing what Patrick Gleason has really done lately by creating those special webhead covers. Now, this one is a little bit of a different take. I'm sure as soon as I see it, you're going to recognize it. But this is the Virgin variant, limited to just 2,500 copies from the Patrick Gleason store via Mutant Beaver Comics for myself here in Canada. But this is just a terrific take on The Amazing Spider-Man. So as you can see, the words Amazing Spider-Man are actually below the eyelids, worked into the webbing of his mask. Obviously, we have the spider dropping right down the middle of the front cover. But yes, like, how cool is this? Patrick Gleason's done some different takes on Spider-Man lately, and I, for one, have been a big fan of the stuff that he's been doing. Congratulations, Patrick Gleason. This is another fantastic Spider-Man cover. Probably the newest book on my list belongs to The Hulk number 1. Donny Cates has just revamped, along with Ryan Ottley, The Hulk after Al Ewing's fantastic run on The Immortal Hulk. This is actually the first of two Ji-Hyung Lee covers. This is actually a Frankie's Comics variant, and I know what you're thinking. The Hulk? No, it's actually not the Hulk on the cover of this particular Hulk #1. It's this gorgeous take of She-Hulk doing some powerlifting with some heavy chains. Yeah, this book was released late November, early December, and it just happened to arrive just in time for the filming of this video. But as you can see, Ji-Hyung Lee hit a home run with this particular take of She-Hulk. So yeah, when I saw it, I knew I had to have it via Frankie's Comics. Ji-Hyung Lee, Hulk #1. Another story, another comic book story that I'm always talking about is Something is Killing the Children. This year we had the return of Something is Killing the Children with issue 16 this past spring. Now when issue 16 came out, it came out with a multitude of variant covers. But there was one for me that stood out. One that stood out above the rest. And that was the Ji-Hyung Lee cover, the cover B from Frankie's Comics that they released for the return of Something is Killing the Children. And it's the one where Erica Slaughter is doing exactly what her name says, slaughtering. This is Something is Killing the Children 16 from Boom Studios, featuring Ji-Hyung Lee's take on Erica Slaughter, just doing what she does with a chainsaw. Now I do have the foil variant of this one as well, but it wouldn't show up nicely, as nice as what this one is. So I just wanted to show this particular image and just how angry and dedicated to what she's doing on this cover. So yeah, fantastic work, Mr. Lee. If I ever get the chance to meet Ji-Hyung Lee, this is the book that I'll be putting in front of him to get signed, then slabbed. One of my absolute favorites of 2021 is this cover. Now, a book that was actually released back in January 2021 was The King in Black, Gwenom vs. Carnage, issue #2. David Nakayama had put out a trio of covers for issue #2 via Illuminati. Now, Illuminati Comics did the exclusives for David Nakayama, and this is the cover B of Gwenom vs. Carnage, issue #2. This is MJ just leaning against the wall, and I just fell in love with it. I love this cover so much that I worked out a deal and picked it up in a 9.8. So I actually have 2 copies of this fantastic take on Mary Jane Watson. Again, from King in Black, Gwenom vs. Carnage, issue #2. This is David Nakayama's variant #2 of 3 via Illuminati Comics. The cover that was there was a cover that took my breath away when I saw it. That's only happened a handful of times. Batman 23 comes to mind where I saw it. I was just like, oh my goodness, that is just incredible. This was one of those moments when I saw this cover. This is Wonder Woman Black and Gold, issue #1, the Warren Lau variant. I picked this up through Mutant Beaver Comics also, and there is a trade dress and a virgin variant, but I went with just the normal cover because that was the only one that was left. It's sold out, and it's actually doing very well on a secondary market just for the artwork alone. Again, this is Wonder Woman Black and Gold #1 by Warren Lau. This incredible take on Wonder Woman kind of looking off to the side and looking up while she holds the lasso of truth is just one of those comic books where I was just like, oh boy, that is incredible. And this is one of my absolute favorite covers of 2021 and of all time. Job well done, Mr. Lau. Job well done. Up next is a pretty fun cover. This is a cover that I received in a KRS mystery box. So it's a KRS Comics exclusive variant of Suicide Squad issue number 6, done by the incredible Natalie Sanders. It's a little bit of a take on modern magazines, and let me just show you what I'm talking about. This is Suicide Squad issue number 6, Natalie Sanders doing a take on Vanity Fair, simply called Gotham Society, where we have an incredible take on Harley Quinn. We also have a bunch of different stories that would, kind of appear in Vanity Fair, but with a DC Comics type of flair to it. Let me just zoom in on Harley here. This is just a fantastic take on one of the most popular characters in modern pulp culture. Well done, Natalie Sanders. Well done. Sticking with DC, this is another ratio. This is a 1 in 25 done by the incredible puppeteer Lee. This is Infinite Frontier, issue number 6, the cover C, 1 in 25. This is simply Darkseid. I can't remember a better take ever on Darkseid than what Puppeteer Lee did here for this fantastic cover. Incredible. This was sent to me as a gift from Sector 2815. Thank you very much. This is just an incredible piece of artwork. Enough said. Puppeteer Lee, well done. And the final cover for my top 10 for 2021 comes from Marvel. This is just a normal straight cover A. You probably saw it, but this is Aaron Kuder's take on the Sith Lord Darth Vader. This is Darth Vader, issue 17 from the War of the Bounty Hunter saga. Yeah, when I saw this cover, I wasn't reading Darth Vader at the time, but I had to pick it up. Last year, I did have a Darth Vader on my top 10 list as well, and back-to-back years for Anakin Skywalker. Again, just a normal cover A done by Aaron Kuder, or the Bounty Hunter Saga, Darth Vader issue 17. Well, Comic Army, what did you think? I did have to scale it down from a lot of fantastic covers. There is a lot of Batman covers, Detective Comics covers, Black Widow covers, other Spider-Man covers that were fantastic. A lot of Something is Killing the Children covers as well, but I tried to just pick out what I felt was the best of the best that I picked up in 2021. Let me know what you think. And if you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so. Make sure that you hit that like button and go ahead and leave a comment. I try to respond to every single one that's done. Until I see you again, Comic Army, take care. Happy New Year.